Good afternoon, I'm Meteorologist Bailey Braun, and looking ahead this week, we have a lot of heavy snow on the way with your first alert weather update. That's exactly what you can expect. This is going to impact most of southern Alaska, including southwest, southeast, and south central. So I'll tell you all that you can expect into this work week. Now, as we look at our first alert weather headlines, between 5 inches and a foot of snow is likely all across the southern portion of Alaska, but the heaviest snowfall will occur in southeast, more specifically in Juneau, and southwest Alaska, more specifically in Bethel. But the good news from this winter storm is these warming temperatures that are going to come as a result. So as we look ahead, just looking at what we can looking ahead from our satellite and radar, our low pressure system in the Bering Sea is going to bring lots of moisture. Now this is going to bring lots of snow and some heavy rain to those areas that sit just above freezing, but that low pressure system is going to bring that heavy snow already moving through areas like Bethel and the Kuskokwim Delta. But this is going to make some landfall overnight tonight in a few hours into Anchorage and the Kenai Peninsula. But for Juneau and southeast, you can expect this snow to move in by tomorrow morning. So this low pressure system again is going to bring these warmer temperatures. We're going to sit about 10 degrees warmer than what we've been feeling lately, but all across the state from this satellite and radar that you can see, we're already feeling those impacts in the form of these winter storm warnings and winter weather advisories. You can already see the heaviest rounds are making an impact into areas like Bethel all the way down into the Alaska Peninsula. Now this blizzard warning is in effect for Bethel. You can already see that by tonight we're going to accumulate up to 3 inches into Bethel, but even more snow is likely by early tomorrow morning. Near 5 inches expected into Bethel, but as the storm pushes through by Monday night, that's when we're going to see several inches accumulate for the Kuskokwim Delta and the Bristol Bay region. But for Anchorage, only a couple of inches are likely for tomorrow morning, while the heaviest rounds of this snowstorm begins to push in Monday late at night around 10 p.m. pushing into Tuesday morning. And this is a similar story for southeast. Look at this, we're already expecting nearly a foot of snow by Monday afternoon for Juneau. So the heaviest rounds of the snow will push in for Monday for Juneau and the southeast region. We're going to see over a foot of snow likely for Juneau, but for Bethel, more specifically, we're looking at this winter storm warning in effect through this morning through tomorrow night. Now for the YK Delta, expect 8 to 13 inches of snow with gusts up to 50 miles per hour, and for Bristol Bay between 10 to 17 inches with gusts up to 40 miles per hour. Now with winds like these, this is going to bring very severe blizzard conditions. So reduced visibility is going to be really big impact of this storm, but you may have already noticed some of that snow falling. So if you are in the Bristol Bay area or even the YK Delta, please comment and let me know what conditions are like for you. You're going to get the brunt of this storm by tomorrow. Now for South Central, a lot of you have been wondering about the Anchorage forecast. Well, the forecast for you is going to be light snow in the morning. Expect only a couple of inches up to 3 or 4 inches by tomorrow morning. But by the afternoon, that's when we're going to accumulate the more heavy rounds of snowfall pushing into Tuesday. So that's when we're going to get up to 5 to 7 inches into the afternoon and evening hours. But for the Northwest Kenai Peninsula, 2 to 7 inches are expected by Monday night. And Cordova in the morning, expect 2 to 5 inches, but by the afternoon, that's when you'll get an additional 4 to 6 inches with gusts up to 50 miles per hour. Now for southeast Alaska, these warnings, these winter storm warnings and winter weather advisories will stay in effect all day Monday. This includes Monday morning and Monday night. And in these areas highlighted by pink, this would include Juneau all the way down into Ketchikan, but not quite Ketchikan, but most of the state, with an exception of Sitka and Ketchikan, you will see 6 to 13 inches by Monday night with gusts up to 30 miles per hour, but for Sitka 3 to 8 inches and for Ketchikan 3 to 6 inches. So much less snow expected for Ketchikan, but this is mostly for those later hours of Monday as those temperatures drop below freezing, since your high temperatures are going to sit just above freezing. So you may experience some of that wintry mix, including some freezing rain, which always adds that hazard to the roads. But make sure you're pushing that snow off of your roofs if you're in Juneau. I know you've gotten a lot of snow lately. Please be sure to do this. Don't forget to do this. This is really important as that snow begins to build. It gets heavier and heavier. Now for that snowfall Monday morning, here's just a better look at that timeline and exactly how much snow you can expect to see. These are obviously rough estimates from model data, but this is what you can expect in general. So by Monday afternoon, that's when you're going to get over a foot of snow likely, and you can see that Juneau is that area where you're expected to get the most snow. Now as you look at South Central, this is where you'll see the 1 to 3 inches expected for Anchorage. Not too much snow for the morning hours, but again, you're going to see this jump from Monday night into Tuesday when we get just a little bit more snow. Up to about half a foot is likely, but other areas all the way from Thompson Pass, from Valdez to Cordova, that's where we're going to see more like 7 inches by the time Tuesday morning rolls around. But the Kenai Peninsula, you'll see up to 5 inches just by early afternoon, and even more snow expected to move through Wednesday. This snowstorm is going to bring these impacts all the way from Monday into Wednesday, so get ready for some snow to linger for the next couple of days, especially to kick off this work week. Now for Southeast Alaska, your regional forecast: heavy snow all across the region. However, the heaviest rounds of snow are likely for Juneau. Now, again, these high temperatures for certain areas like Sitka, Petersburg, Ketchikan, where you're sitting above freezing, expect this snow to move in during those overnight hours as those lows drop into the 20s and even the teens. But this will also add to the freezing rain hazard as those temperatures warm. So be ready for that with gusts up to 20 and 40 miles per hour. But for the interior, you're looking at much drier conditions, mostly cloudy skies all through the interior, but these overnight lows are still close to 50 below zero, even closer to 60 below zero in Fort Yukon. But these temperatures are going to warm significantly over the course of the next few days. Now for the North Slope, cold temperatures again, and similar to the interior, you're going to stay mostly dry with these mostly cloudy skies. For western Alaska, areas like Nome and Kotzebue, areas in the more northwest portion of the western coastline, you're going to stay mostly dry and out of the way of the storm. But Bethel, you're right in the path of the storm. I mean, I'm sure you've already experienced some of the snow falling. You're going to get even more of that moving into the overnight hours tonight and into Monday morning. So get ready for that snowfall. You're going to see several inches, closer to a foot, begin to accumulate over the course of the next day and a half. But these temperatures are pretty chilly. So -3 is your low for tonight into tomorrow, and that high temperature just above zero at 2 degrees for Bethel. Now, for the Aleutian chain, you're going to stay pretty wet. You're going to get some of that light rain as a result of this storm. I'm sure you've already prepared and braced for those strong winds. So if you're out in Adak, please let me know. And let me know how you fared with those strong winds. Gusts up to 70 miles per hour are still likely to remain into tomorrow as that storm continues to sweep past the Aleutian chain, but up into Dillingham and the Alaska Peninsula. That's another area where you're going to see some of that heavier snowfall. But temperatures are staying warm in the Aleutians up to 40 degrees, but expect more of that rain like I mentioned. Now for South Central, more snow on the way. I'm sure you already could have guessed that. These temperatures are already on the warming trend. You can already tell Seward is much warmer than what it was yesterday, but these temperatures are going to stay fairly chilly overnight tonight. But into the Copper River Basin, expect some heavy rounds of snow, especially by tomorrow night, again, Monday night into Tuesday. That's when you'll get even more of that snow. Now for the Mat-Su Valley, light snow is expected for Palmer, but in Wasilla and especially in Willow, that's where we'll see more of that heavy snowfall. And for Anchorage, again, heavy snowfall for tomorrow, light snow for Monday morning. So during your morning commute, you're going to get 1 to 3 inches of snow, but expect that by your commute home in the afternoon, you're going to brace for a little bit more snow than what you had in the morning hours. Now for your Anchorage 7-day, that first alert weather day, we're still a little unsure if it should be tomorrow or Tuesday, but either way, prepare for first alert weather with that heavy snow on the way. Heaviest rounds of snow and accumulation by Monday night into Tuesday. But again, these temperatures are much warmer than what we've been seeing the last couple of days. So I guess that's a win, and if you like snow, that's another win. But for Juneau, first alert weather for that heavy snowfall on Monday, close to a foot of snow is expected to accumulate by the end of Monday, maybe even a little bit more by Tuesday morning. So make sure you prepare for that heavy snowfall and these much warmer temperatures than what you would see in the last couple of weeks. Now for Fairbanks, these temperatures are slightly warming up, just a little bit. Again, those overnight lows are sitting closer to 50 below zero, and your Monday high, it's probably going to be much chillier than -8. But if it is -8, then that's great news. That means it's just much warmer than what you've been experiencing lately, but you do have a chance for very light snow accumulation, really just some flurries Monday night or Tuesday. So if you get any snow, it's only going to be very light, maybe a little dusting, but not like what southeast, southwest, or south central Alaska is going to be feeling. So make sure that you're careful on the roads tomorrow, especially if you're in southwest and southeast Alaska. Again, I'll give you the little brief timeline, but for southwest, you're already seeing the snow moving through tonight. You've seen, if you're looking outside right now, it's probably snowing, but this is going to last all the way through Monday afternoon. For south central, the snow begins in the morning hours, even overnight tonight. Very light snow accumulation for the early morning hours, but by the end of the day into the overnight hours, that's when the heaviest portions of snow falls. And for Juneau and southeast in general, get ready for this snow in the later portions of the morning Monday, and this is going to last all the way into Tuesday morning. So that's what you can expect. It's a lot of information as always, but I try to do my best to give you my knowledge and what I tried to learn throughout the day for you. But with that, I hope you have a great day, prepare for the snow, and make sure that you stay warm into the work week.